Mekar. And down to the bottom right, the blue Terran player from Millenium, MarineLorD. I'm very excited to see how this TVP turns out. MarineLorD has been killing it today. He took down Naniwa when Naniwa seemed to be on fire, taking down, of course, Naniwa took down 4GG and Lilbo. MarineLorD on the verge of his all-kill here, though. He's been looking pretty darn good. I mean, made it through WCS group, taking down Violet there. Been looking good in Clan Wars. He's been looking great lately, so I would not be surprised to see him complete this all-kill. Be interested to see what Mekar is able to come up with to try and slow him down. Again, guys, we will be live tomorrow for the SE2 Improved Team League. We'll be having our semi-final match between Baguette and Dignitas Dead Pixel, so you can see players such as Fantasy, Patience, True, MarineLorD, Lilbo, a lot of other strong French players fighting for a place in the grand finals. A lot of people will be expecting Dignitas Dead Pixels to make that leap in towards the grand finals, where they'll play the winner of Axiom Acer versus Liquid. But we've seen upsets before, and it's definitely a possibility. So make sure you tune in tomorrow from 3 PM Central European Summer Time. It's currently 10 PM Central European Summer Time, so you can have a rough idea as to what sort of time you should be tuning in at. Early on in this game, we do have this SCV just scouting out, trying to see where his opponent is. Reaper does find his opponent pretty quickly, though, down to the bottom left, so he's going to have a pretty good idea about what's going on here. He'll pop down, he's going to see that Nexus, and he saw the second gas on the way up as well. So he knows it's a very standard expansion so far from the Pros player, nothing to really be worried about. Unfortunately for Mekar, he's gone in the completely wrong direction to find his opponent, and will not be finding his opponent until the very last position he scouts here. So Mekar not in the best of positions right now. Just kind of falling back home with this probe. Look to see what he does here in the near future. Probably not too much though, I imagine. So just follow this probe for now. Go fall back. And again, just continue trying to scout here. Reaper pops up to the high ground, and MarineLorD just scanning around trying to see what's going on. Does he see that robot facility? No, not quite. Very close, but not close enough. And again, a very fast robot coming in, so very similar to what we saw Naniwa doing earlier today. When he went up against 4GG, this robot coming in very, very early. I'm intrigued. I wonder if it's just going to be very fast Colossi once again. We do see this Wooden Mine play coming out of MarineLorD. No real surprises there. I suppose we saw him when he played against Naniwa. He went into the extra barracks very quickly, but I feel as though that was a response to seeing double gas from his opponent, so just going to go with the mine play this time around, and we'll see what he's able to achieve here on Cactus Valley as Probe moves in towards the natural and doesn't really achieve all too much. This Reaper sees everything though, sees that robot facility on the way down. Does he even see the extra gateways? That would be nice. Yes, he does, so he knows exactly what this is. 3 gates nice and early on, and knows that his opponent's going to be very well equipped to deal with this early pressure. So Medevac moving, Mothership Core moving back north a little bit here, and again Mekar looking as though he's in a pretty nice position right now. I mean, he's getting set up nicely, just has to deflect this incoming aggression from his opponent, which he should be in a good position to do with 3 gateways, observers. He should be fine. He's actually kind of looked out on the spawns here a little bit, because these spawns are a little bit, I would say, a little bit harder to drop. I mean, it depends which way you look about it. I mean, early on it's a little bit harder to... It's harder to drop into the natural, right? Because, you know, if Mekar had spawned in the upper right, the natural is much more droppable. But of course, the main base is a little bit harder to drop in that scenario. So it kind of works both ways. I guess in the long run, these are probably the better spawns for MarineLorD. Being able to drop in towards the main base quite quickly. I guess dropping into the natural isn't that essential when you can come into the main base so quick. So ignore what I'm saying. I think I'm actually being completely wrong. As Stalker's kind of targeting the wrong things here. As they do get rid of one of those mines very quickly. This Medevac is going to go down. Everything is going to get taken down here. 3 workers killed. How many workers were killed? 6, 7? That's been pretty good then from MarineLorD. 6 workers killed. Lost the Medevac though. So it's very similar to what we saw in the 4GG Naniwa game, where, yeah, 4GG killed some workers, maybe more than he should have, but he lost the Medevac, and he lost the unit, you know, he lost all of the units. So losing the Medevac in particular, I think, is kind of something which you can say, well, was it really worth it? As maybe, maybe not. It's one of them things you just can't be... It's very kind of 50-50, and I kind of think Mekar's in an okay position here. I mean, his worker count's still good. He's going to clean up all of these Marines as well. And here's one more worker. So that's what, 8 workers killed in total? Oh, 17 workers? Oh god. We missed the mine drop in the main base. I'm sorry, guys. Ah! Distracted by the natural. So a big mine hit going off in the main base here, and that's actually been a big hit to Mekar's economy. And so he was doing great up until the second time up until the second medevac hit in the main base. So apologies for that. Yeah. Okay, that was pretty depressing by me. You can shout and shame me. I apologise. So yeah, that one of these mines getting 5 kills. I mean, there must have been another one to pick up those extra ones. So again, Mekar, not in as great as a position as I was making out to be a few moments ago, but he does have double forge down, and he will slowly work towards putting that work camp back up here. First Colossus popping out, and extra barracks just on the way now for MarineLorD. Going up to his 4th and 5th racks right now. His first medevac's coming out as well, and well, his first medevac since reactoring them up. And again, I mean, MarineLorD's gotten himself into this position in the mid game where it's where Terran wants to be. He's got all of his production up, and now he can just focus on keeping the Protoss player pinned back and keeping him busy, continuing to try and get some damage done. MarineLorD just going to leave this mine to deny the 3rd base for a little while. One single Marine moving around, trying to spot any kind of units moving across the map. Trial cancel on the way, and that'll be used for blink/charge, but most importantly the 2-2 upgrades, which are going to be which he's going to want to try and continue as soon as possible here. Big push across the map from MarineLorD though. Can Mekar hold this off after taking so much damage from these earlier mines? Well, we're about to find out. I think he should be okay. That being said, there's 4 Stalkers in the main base. There's a couple of sentries, a couple of Zealots here in the natural. 3 medevacs though. Depends how good the split is. He takes down that first. I mean, I guess maybe not, because this is a very easily force fieldable kind of entrance to the natural. So we're probably just going to see for now MarineLorD kind of sit back. He might be able to grab Pylon. There's a 2nd Colossus out now, so that's probably time for him to just turn around and get out. He has a 3rd command center coming up back at home. Does he have an armory? No, he's actually only just starting +1 armor now. So we'll see if he does start an armory in a 2nd engineering bay, or we'll see if he's just going to commit onto off of 3 bases with no further tech or no further upgrades into just one big SCV pull. We'll see how that's going to turn out for him. He's starting to add on some Widow Miners into the game right now, as we see another Colossus on the way up. Blink halfway done now for Mekar. Again, a very droppable main base, so having that blink upgrade is really nice to be able to chase down their medevacs a little bit quicker, hunt them down a little bit as well, stop them from escaping, just shutting down the drops in general. Nice here on Cactus Valley. Bit of a large map too, so again the drops one of the main things that Terran player is going to look towards in terms of being able to keep himself alive here throughout the mid game and to keep his opponent busy to get an upper hand in the game. There's a couple of depots coming down over towards this 3rd base. Orbital Command going to finish morphing in, and we're going to see SCVs, mules being dropped over towards this 3rd. No real surprises over there. Bit of a supply block from MarineLorD. He has plenty of supply depots on the way, and starts out on a 2nd starport. So gonna really be pumping up that Viking production here in a few moments time. Finds a probe and will shut down the pylon and the probe. No cancel there from Mekar. Slight mistake. And MarineLorD still looking great in terms of economy. I mean, we're talking about a 5 worker lead for him, plus triple orbital, so triple mule as well. So he's in a fantastic position. These medevacs going to turn away, not able to do anything in towards the main base just yet. See if we're going to find a way to get anything done. Scan comes down, sees this army's moving towards the 3rd, and that might be time for him to go in towards the main base. There's nothing really in position here. The army is moving back. He sort of knows that this is coming, but these units are already going to start dropping off. 2 Colossi, Stalkers blinking forwards though. Is it going to be enough? No real Zealots to tank, and that might just be the problem here. As MarineLorD, can he just move forwards into this? No, he's just going to pick up and get out, but Stalkers blinking forwards. MarineLorD's losing a hell of a lot. He's going to move back in towards the 3rd base at the same time. Gets the cancel there. But he just lost 3 medevacs and a lot of units in those at the same time. I wonder if it would have been worth just sacrificing and trying to pick up a Colossus or 2. Risky. I mean, obviously he doesn't know he's going to lose all that medevacs, so you can't really say, but it is a little bit, it would have been risky. I mean, picking up was risky as well. He already saw that blink was down. Moving across the map now, Mekar's a little bit of a timing here to maybe try and get something done. Yeah, I mean, we've got a few Marauders, a few Marines. And there's just 4 Colossi. I mean, do we have any Vikings? A couple. 4 Vikings, is that it? 6 Vikings in total. Not really enough for 4 Colossi though, so MarineLorD might be in a little bit of a trouble if Mekar decides to push forwards right now. He's got a couple more Stalkers coming forwards here, a few more Zealots as well. He might just go for this. He has got 2-2, so that's an upgrade advantage for him as well here. As I'm surprised MarineLorD isn't pulling SCVs to try and help out with this. These Vikings leading the charge, but they're going to get taken down very quickly. Now the Zealots start to close the distance. Force Field's very well placed. Time Warp as well. And one Colossus might go down here, but that's going to be about it as the final Vikings get taken down. Mekar is in a pretty good spot right now. He just needs to keep these Colossi alive. He loses another though, and more Vikings coming in. Can MarineLorD make this happen? It looks as though he's slowly starting to maybe try and turn this around, but he is very low on hit points on a lot of his units. He's turned it around so far, and well, can he get another few Vikings out just to help him out a little bit more? Some more Sentinels being added on, some more Zealots. Mekar's going to continue committing into this. MarineLorD needs to pull the SCVs into this time around, but nice force fields will shut off these units at the natural away from the units at the third base. You know, there's just a few units being targeted here or there. As the turret doing so much damage to that one Colossus, and because the MarineLord's going to come in from a couple different angles. He's coming in from behind, and Mekar doesn't get the force fields down that he needs. He's going to lose these Colossi very quickly, and that is very bad for him, losing his splash damage. And now there's only Zealots, there's only Stalkers, there's only Sentries. They're well upgraded, but is it going to be enough? It's not, and Mekar taps out. MarineLorD